Where are we? I think certification, I hear Joachim stating, well, that's reasonable to think about. I think it's interesting to explore the idea of a European certificate for primary care, which could make it stronger and gain influence. Think about that. I'm still interested in how, in certification, now we have a kind of a fairly fixed system, which makes it very clear, both for the practice what to work on, and for the auditor where to look at. But in the new system, this is much more, it could be a question of debate, because the auditor thinks, okay, you did a risk analysis. What you came up forward with, are those the risks, or is it just your own way of thinking? How do you reach to those figures? So there can be a debate between the auditor and the practice, and who's going to decide upon what is the just way to make an opinion about it, to form an opinion about it. I'm still very uncertain about this. What do you feel about it?
So, I got an idea. If I listen to that, if I have my 1 year experience with that, the most costly thing is the auditing. And as we discussed yesterday, how many of practices to audit, which group to audit. Could it be anyway the audit is one part of the audit in my mind is the question of trust. So the trust, do they put the right data on the right place, like a control? But is it very stupid to start with that the trust is there, and for example, for the LEAD or whatever questionnaire is the base for the certificate, and only if there raises a question, really, somewhere, the question, the complaints or something, that only then the audit goes. Because otherwise, it raises and raises and raises, and the cost raises too.
And then still you have to say something about the standards. The 20 ampoules in the doctor's bag would be made the minimum to 10, which you should have.
Yeah.
The original list was 20. Who's going to decide then that 10 is enough?
The doctor. Because they know their practice.
Perhaps I decide that 2 is enough.
They know their practice well than the auditor. And there are always some things, as you pointed out, that one doctor is not talking to another and the ampoules should be 5 or 3. It's not important. The important thing is that the practice is going and the patient can get the help. And the doctor is responsible of the ampoules, that they are fresh and there are enough for the place where she or he works. And it's not a question that it should be 20.
No, but I think if the doctor can really, well, let's say the bad apple, the system is not for the bad apple, but the bad apple says I use just 2 ampoules and etc., then what is its certificate worth?
The certificate works on that the practice gives true information about the working, and on that basis the certificate is given, because the auditing also cannot point out everything if they want to hide.
You need more trust, is what you say.
Yeah, I think so.
On the basis.
Because otherwise it's very costly.
Yes,
I think you are a typical GP. And the typical GP says rules are very important. But I want an expectation. For me, and I don't agree with you. You're also a place where young doctors come in training. And when the young doctor opens your bag, you see there's only 2. And he said, when I go to the university, I have learned there to be 10. Yes, but you know, I have very special